Why the location where people live can affect their happiness. The geography of bliss is written about happiness in the countries where the writer traveled. Eric Weiner, the author of this book, mentions that happiness differs according to location. This means location will affect the happiness of people, or even make people feel more comfortable and happier. In other words, people will be happy when they live in this area, and they will be unhappy when living in the other area. In my opinion, this is logical that happiness is related to location because of two reasons: the environment and the neighborhood. The first reason that happiness is related to location is the environment of the location. First, if people who are familiar with hot climate in tropical country have to move to the new country with cold and snowy climate, they will not feel comfortable, and even get sick during the winter. The prolonged sickness can lead people to negative thought about their life in future. For instance, older or weaker individuals will be worried about not able to adapt with the climate. Therefore, they can become afraid about going out to find a new jobs or go to school due to the fear of getting sick. For this reason, the new location will make people feel bad and unmotivated. Second, the cold and snowy climate can create obstacles for people in driving, as there are many car accidents happens among native drivers during the snow season. Imagine how harder can it be for new people who just practice driving or have little experience in driving. They have to learn how to drive their cars in snow, or they must know about the process of making the car unfreeze after the snowy night. This also takes times and make people feel unhappy to adapt their new life in new location. Third, pollution level of environment can be influence the happiness of people. If pollution level in the new area is high, it can affect directly to the health condition of people. The bad consequence of air pollution is causing issues such as lung cancer, stroke, or heart disease. They should move to another area with less of air pollution. Otherwise, people who live in the area with pure air do not have to wear masks when they go outside. They can walk and breathe the fresh air every day. The possibility of sickness caused by air pollution to them is lower. Therefore, the people with good health will be happier than the others with bad health condition. For these reasons, it is easy for people to choose all the advantageous conditions of the new location for their future life. However, what will people do if they have to make decision for moving to the location with pure air and cold climate in winter, or continuing to live in current location with air pollution and warm climate? According to Howard Cutler, the right choice is often the difficult one, the one that involves some sacrifice of our pleasure. 25. Of course, this is not easy to make the right decision because people do not know which one is actually the right one at this time. In order to make decision, people have to ask themselves about the reason why they have to choose for moving or not, and what are their priorities now. When they have already got the answers and decided to move, they should sacrifice the pleasure that they are enjoying in the current location. This may be the difficult consider at this time, but they will gain the future happiness in the new location by their right choice. Finally, the environment in location is the first reason which will affect the happiness of people. The second reason that happiness is related to location is the neighborhood in the location. Firstly, many people forget to do research about the new neighbors when they move to the new area, so that they face with many troubles there. People cannot be happy if they live next to the neighbors who always make noise or bother the others. For example, some of the neighbors like to turn on music loudly every late night while the others have to work daily in early morning. When people cannot sleep well, they will be angry with their neighbors, and the arguments will be happened. If both of them do not change their daily activities or interests, the relationship between them will be bad. Moreover, if people find that some of their neighbors are thefts after moving to new location, they will always feel unsafety, even in their own house. In that situation, when the worry is increased day by day, it makes them feel unprotected and unhappiness. Then they should move to another location. Secondly, if the residents in new area come from many countries around the world, people from different countries with different cultures live next to each other. The differences in cultures will cause the differences in preconceived notions, valuation, and behaviors. People live in the US or Europe may not have the same thoughts with people who live in Asia countries. The dissimilar thoughts will lead people to dissimilar actions. Some cultures love to cook food with heavy sand, or some cultures love scream and beat their kids in the front yards. And of course, people from different cultures will not be happy to see, hear, smell the unpleasant from their neighbors. For example, if the newcomers from Switzerland and their neighbors are Asian, they will see the difference and discomfort soon. In Asians' thought, the success of people is proved by their richness. For that reason, they always try to show their money, lands, houses, or cars, to the others. They also have tendency in extending the things that they own to let the others think they are successful. In contradictory, the Swiss will never do the same things with the Asians. Dieter explains, a rich Swiss person doesn't show off his money because he doesn't have to. Everyone knows he's rich, because the Swiss know everything about their neighbors. QTD and Eric Weiner 32. As a result, the Swiss will not be comfortable because of the Asians' thought and actions. In their opinion, Asian neighbors' swank could attract the robbers and this will cause danger to all of people in the area. If this problem is still continued, this will make people fall in bad condition for a long time, and the conflict will be breaking out between neighbors. Therefore, the neighborhood is one of the factors in making a newcomer extremely unhappy. Generally, the neighborhood in location is the second reason which will affect the happiness of people. In conclusion, this is logical that happiness is related to location because of two reasons: the environment and the neighborhood.